Hi, it's Elliot here from Bikel. Today we are lucky enough to be joined by Sam from Hygge. Sam, thank you so much for joining us today. Sam, the reason for doing this short interview today is to find out a little bit more about Hygge and some history about Hygge and what Hygge are trying to achieve. So yeah, over to you.
So essentially I think the best way to introduce the company is to look at the background of the people that create the company. So Nevid, our big boss man, he is Danish. He's been brought up around the Danish cycling culture, and obviously when you think about places like that, it is very much bikes are in every thought you have. You know, you imagine the Little Mermaid statue and there's probably a bike going past it in the storefront. So what he set out to do a few years back, we've been going for a few years in this country now, is essentially how do we create a bike brand that is more of a lifestyle brand than a cycling brand? Cycle brands are for cyclists, lifestyle brand is for life. So what we've gone out to do is find how we can make cycling a part of everyday life. So that includes how do we make it accessible for as many people as we possibly can. And I think a big part of that is the electric bikes, the electric motors on the bikes.
And I think it's really interesting what you say around the lifestyle brand, because I think the e-bike market is quite saturated and there's lots and lots of different brands. But however, Hygge, I think it stands out a little bit, and I think it is a little bit different and going on to that lifestyle brand that they're trying to create.
So essentially the concept behind the word, and I think it's starting to spread about now, it's almost like one of those zeitgeist words that people are becoming more and more familiar with. And to us, it means removing yourself slightly from the rat race and being part of the moment. So as a lifestyle brand, it's a perfect concept.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also the additional parts that you can get for some of the bikes. For example, with the Aris, I think it is, you can get some shopping baskets and things like that, some different attachments.
It's lots of clever little things like that. You know, the basket on the front of this one's one thing, but the clip-on basket on the next one. You know, park your bike up outside the shop, put the lock on it, and then the shopping basket comes away in your hand, and you take it around the shop with you.
Absolutely, perfect solution. And if somebody was looking for their first e-bike, what would your recommendations be? What are the most important things or the key features that they should look for?
I mean, obviously, aside from just buying one of ours,
absolutely, agreed.
It would very much be. I think the first thing to look for is legality. So our company only make UK and European legal bikes. That means 15.5 miles an hour. That means pedal assisted 250 watt motor. At some point soon, the law will start to be taken seriously. There's a lot of bikes out there that you can buy that you can't legally operate on our streets. And I think at some point soon that has to be taken into account by the powers that be. So they're an investment, so you want to invest for the long term, right? The second part of that would be, you know, it's not just us, but we are a manufacturer. So we make our bikes from our own molds that we own. They are poured, they are, you know, forged in metal for us. So we then, from making sure that we've got a quality frame, put on the best components that we can.
Obviously, Hygge is from Denmark. It's a Danish brand. It's not just in the UK, is that right? It's in other areas as well?
Yeah. So I think one of the important distinctions for this company is that our you know, the creator of the brand is half Danish, but he was over here for university, and you know has lived here for a large portion of life. So it is about the ethos behind Hygge. It's about the slowing down the pace of life and bringing that European essence and the DNA of that cycling culture into what is, you know, essentially too busy a way of life.
Getting out of that rat race, so to speak.
Exactly, just slowing down, getting some cars off the road, making everything a little bit more chilled out for everybody.
And greener at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, what we've done is essentially we go all the way from Finland right down to Slovenia, Slovakia kind of area. So we're all the way across Europe now. Only a smaller brand, but what we're doing is ringing a lot of bells with a lot of people across the continent.
Absolutely.
It's just about slowing that pace of life down a bit.
Yeah, and another thing that we noticed that I think is really good that Hygge do is it's not, you don't land on the website and then there's lots and lots of different models, lots and lots of different ranges of bikes. It's kept quite simple, isn't it? And there's just a few few models.
Exactly. So simple is as simple does, as we like to say, and it's 3 bikes. And each one of those, you have the traditional crossbeam, or you have a step through, which is, again, you know, traditionalists would call it a his and hers model, but it's just about making sure that it's accessible to everyone.
Yeah.
One of our customers that love the product is getting on a bit in life now, but he was a serious cyclist for a number of years, and he's got rheumatoid arthritis.
Sam, thank you very much for your time. I really, really appreciate your time, and we really look forward to working with you in the future from Bikel and Hygge. Thank you very much.
No problem, mate. We'll always work with people that want to work with us and respect the bikes.
Perfect. So let's say it together. Power your journey.